everyone, and welcome to another episode of Real Lives of Sask Wives. Today, I am on location. I have about 2 different locations that I go, my parents' couch or my couch. I'm in Lloydminster today. I have Kelly here with me. She is a mama, a wife. She's a Indigenous beader. Is that what we said we were calling it? Yes. And we connected kind of in the initial days when my podcast kind of fired up. And so I was thinking, I'm like, how could I explain her? And I was like, long-time listener, first-time caller. Exactly. But so Kelly reached out to me and she said, oh my God, our stories are so similar. And so I thought, well, why not? Like, this is what we do here. So Kelly, welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
How are you feeling? Good?
Excited.
Does it feel realer now that I did the intro?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel excited.
Okay, so let's talk about, because like Lloydminster is a commonality. It's where I grew up. It's where you grew up. You talked about for a while, went away, came back. How do we know each other?
We really don't.
Yeah.
But we do. Like, Lloyd is like a small town.
Yes.
But then not a small town. So I actually, for some reason, recognize Kelsey.
Yes. Who was my best friend who came on a long time ago.
It's kind of like, I don't know, maybe recognizing the native kids and then seeing.
Yeah.
And it's funny, actually, her last name's Soto.
Yes.
My reserve is called Soto First Nation.
Okay, where is that one? I feel like
by Cochin.
Yes. By the
lighthouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I always see signs for it now. I'm like, Kelsey, I'm by your place, but it's not. She's not from there.
No, and that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
So I always kind of do that.
So I remember very distinctly your sister in high school. We kind of talked about this before we started recording, and I remember her because she was closer in age to me. She was just a year older, and she had blue eye contacts and dark long hair. She's beautiful.
She was beautiful.
And so I remember her in high school, and I remember that connection from her that you were her sister.
Yeah.
And then when you reached out to me and you're like, I don't know if you recognize my name. And I was like, Callbeck. I'm like, okay.
No, Crothers.
Or no, when you had already changed your last name. So you're actually married to, this is kind of like the craziest connection ever. You don't know this. Your sister-in-law used to date my brother.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And we loved you when she was dating my
yes.
brother. And so when I saw the last name, I was like, okay. So then I asked, my brother-in-law is from the Hillmond area. I was like, Kyle, the last name is the same. Are they cousins, brothers? He's like, yeah, those guys are brothers. I'm like, okay, yeah. Like all the connections are coming in. Yeah. So it's just like, it's Lloyd. There's a million connections everywhere you go, I find anyways. Okay. So I want to know where you grew up. You talked a little bit about it, but give our listeners kind of a general idea. You said you were here till grade 4.
No, so I kind of moved all over the place.
Okay.
While my parents were kind of separated, my biological dad and my mom. So I kind of was all over the place, mostly by the North Battleford area. And then the last time we went back with my mom, she was with my now dad, my stepdad, and we moved to Lloyd with them. So I came to Lloyd in grade 4. I went to Winston Churchill.
Okay, shout out Winston.
Yeah, Wildcats.
Go Wildcats.
So I was in Winston Churchill from grade 4 to 6. And then my family, like my stepdad's side, are very big farmers. And we farm out by Lashburn. My dad wanted to be close to the farm. So we ended up moving to Marshall. There was his friend's acreage came available. So we went there. And then me and my sister did junior high in Marshall. And then they don't have a high school. So then we have to pick, do we want to go to Lashburn or do we want to go to Lloydminster? So majority, like, I think I had 12 or 13 kids in my class. And it's kind of funny. There's only one kid that usually will go to Lashburn.
Oh, majority goes to Lloyd.
Majority goes to Lloyd because we don't really know. We're kind of made fun of.
Oh,
in Lashburn.
Really?
So it's kind of funny that anyone would go because we had to do home ec. We're such a small school in Marshall that we'd have to do home ec or shop in Lashburn.
Oh.
So I don't know, like our town smells like sewage because that water. I don't know.
I've nenever heard this. Okay.
Oh, anyway, so we'd show up to the school and they'd be like, "Oh, the Marshall kids are here. It stinks."
Oh my God.
So it's kind of like. That might have been the time we went, and it was.
Yeah.
I do have some friends from that time and stuff, but it's just like, why would one single kid by themselves go there? Like, good on them.
How many people live in Marshall? When you were there, like if you had to put a number to it, like I wouldn't even, like 1,000.
Maybe it's a village.
Oh, it's a village.
Yeah.
Okay. For people who aren't familiar with Lloyd, Marshall is like a 15-minute drive, and then Lashburn is about like 20 minutes. I always know when I hit Lashburn on my way here, I'm like, home stretch, baby. We're almost there. Hang in there, kids in the back. But yeah, I remember going out to parties in Marshall and in Lashburn as a teenager.
Yeah.
Like it's not
and then
that far.
I did party with some Lashburn. I had some girlfriends from that, like from there too.
Yeah.
And then, majority of the kids do go to the comps. So then, I did go to the comp. And it was funny because when Candace was on here and you guys were talking about the hallways, we totally had the whole hallway thing too.
Okay.
And when I first moved, there was only 4 girls in our class, including me.
Yeah.
And 2 of them went to a different school. So there was only 2 of us that went to the comp together.
Okay.
But I grew up playing like hockey and baseball and stuff all in Lloyd, even throughout junior high. So when I did go to the comp, I already had kind of a group of friends.
Yep.
So anyways, me and her did go in the 700 hallway.
Okay.
Because I think the 600 hallway is like the
it's hot,
hallway.
baby. It's hot.
So then when I reconnected with all my friends, they were like, come hop in so there's like 6 of us or more, and we all like shoved ourselves into like 3 lockers just to be down.
Yeah,
the
it's the hot hallway, man.
Yeah.
Now it's this flipped. You were in the right hallway to begin with.
Oh, really?
You were. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what do you want to be when you grew up?
Since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a nurse, and I became a nurse.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Followed your dreams. That a girl.
Yeah. Like people that I knew from when I was like 12, 10, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a nurse. I have quite a few nurses in my family. And then my mom was actually going to nursing school when she was pregnant with me and went into labor with me.
Stop it.
When she was going in nursing school. So it's kind of like it was meant to be. But I have a funny story. So I have like, I am dyslexic.
Yeah.
And I have ADHD and whatever.
It's okay. I feel like we all have a little bit of that.
I have all of that. So at the end of nursing, you have to write like your national exam.
Yes.
To get licensed.
The NCLEX, right?
Well, I didn't write the NCLEX. I'm an LPN.
Okay. But there's similar idea.
Yeah. Still had to write a big exam. And I went in like, I don't need extra supports. I can do this. I'm like everyone else. I failed my first time.
No.
I like ran away on like a depressive little episode.
Oh,
like,
no.
woe is me. And it was so funny because I was like, I'm going to have to marry rich or become a stripper because I had no other plan. That was all I had since I was a little girl was to be a nurse. So then, then I finally was like, I guess I'm different and I need help. So then I went and got like my supports and I passed my second time.
That a girl.
Like, flying colors.
That a girl.
Like, I always think that's funny.
Did you do your nursing here in Lloyd?
Yeah.
Okay.
I lucked out. That was when the LPN program was in Lloyd. I'm kind of like a really big sucky, and I don't know if I would have like lasted in the city and like going away from home. So it was really nice being in Lloyd and like being close to my family.
That was probably the hardest thing I ever did when I was 18 is went away to school. And like, granted, I was in dorms, so there was like a cafeteria and I had a meal plan and everything. But even still, I didn't really know how to cook. I knew how to cook taco salad because I cooked it every week for my parents. And so, going away, I bombed it because it was just too much at once.
Yeah.
And then when I did it at 22, I was like, okay, I've lived on my own for a while. I've done this. But I give so much props to people who are successful at 18 when they do that, because that's a huge life shift. When does your husband come into the picture? Where do you meet him?
Maybe this is why I was the other Crothers in high school.
Okay, you have to explain that because you told me that first, but everyone's like, what do you mean?
Okay, so my little sister was probably, I think she was a year younger than me in school, and she's very gorgeous,
So are you, Kelly, but okay.
She was very gorgeous, very popular. Like, she was in grade 10, I was in grade 11, she's partying with grade 12s. I would show up to a party and they'd be like, who are you? And I'd be like, I'm Kelly Crothers. And they're like, oh, you're the other Crothers. I've like, heard there was another one. Like, I've been in this school for 2 years already. Like, come on, people.
I'm the older one.
But in my defense, I was like all in love. I met my husband in grade 10.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did have a boyfriend when I first started grade 10.
Mm-hmm.
He's the sweetest person ever, but we ended up breaking up just young. And then like a month, I think, after, I met my husband. And then we went out to meet up with other people at his family cabin, but we weren't meeting up with him. And then that's when I met him. And then it was funny because we were all talking about like what we want to do for grad. And I was like, yeah, it sucks. I miss Marshall. Like, I'm definitely a small town girl. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I miss Marshall because like in the comp, it sucks. There's like so many of us that like, what's the point of trying to pick a partner now? It might change by grade 12 because you have to pick in your same class.
That is a stressful experience back then. Yeah. You couldn't just bring a partner from anywhere, which a lot of schools would let you just bring someone. Yeah. So yeah, people were like organizing that in grade 10.
yeah, for grad, I don't want a grad partner. And I was like, really? Why? And he's like, because I want to ride on with a baby elephant through the grad. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the cutest guy ever. Oh my God. I was like, yes, okay. I love, like,
Okay, so he's not at the comp, or he is?
No,
he was in Hillmont. He graduated from Hillmont. Okay.
Yeah. So then, I think during like maybe this, like we were starting to see each other and hang out and stuff. And I'd say like by the summer, or by that grad year, because I think that's when we had our. It's like such a movie too. Like it's when we had our first kiss. We were at like the Hillmont grad party, and then we kissed, and the fireworks went off. It really did happen like that, but it was just funny.
No, but I just imagine like 17-year-old you, or however old you were, being like, this is literally a movie. My life is a movie in the moment.
We're in someone's farmyard at a grad party, and then it just so happened that happened. Yeah,
that's cute.
So then we dated for a while, but then we are so grossly obsessed with each other that we didn't like experience high school. We didn't party. We didn't do anything. So I'd like to blame that on why I was the other Crothers, but because I didn't party, I didn't do much. So like I had my license in my car already, and he didn't. So, and he lived out in the middle of nowhere, out in Hillmont. I lived out in an acreage in Marshall, and then I had a car. So if we hung out, I'd have to like drive across country, go to his acreage, pick him up, drive to Lloyd, hang out. My dad was super, like, a good strict. He would never, ever, like, we weren't allowed, like, sleepovers with boyfriends and stuff like that. We weren't allowed, like, he would never really budge on my curfew. So to, like, drive 20 minutes, half hour to his house, and then drop him off, and then drive across country to my house, and my curfew is always 12:30. It's like, okay, 11:30 we have to go home. Yeah. So
wow, even in grade 12, your curfew was that early?
Yeah, he never changed it. And I was such a loser. Sometimes my sister wouldn't come out from a party, and I'd be like, okay, screw you. I'm gonna go home. So I'm not gonna get in trouble, because I was kind of a goody kid. Yeah, pretty good. And I'd go home, my dad would be like, go back and get your sister. And I was like, you go get her. It's your kid.
Yeah, it's not my job.
Yeah, and he'd be like, no, you have to go get her. So I have to drive back to Lloyd. And I'm like the loser walking into a party.
Come on, like, little sis. Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, yes. So we would do like funny, like cute, like instead of going to parties, we were more focused on trying to hang out and spend time together. Because he was in Hillmont school, and then I was in Lloyd school. So then we'd make up like a movie, like we'd have like a VHS TV with,
those were fun.
And we'd put in his mom's van and then park somewhere so that it wouldn't waste so much time driving from like point A to B, just so we could hang out a little bit longer.
That's so cute.
So that's what we did. So we missed out a lot on like exploring and being fun and like partying and stuff. And like we did live together right out of high school, but it just kind of like fell apart because we weren't that great. Like it was kind of like right person, wrong time. And I always say like, we tried, and we were messy. Like we were very back and forth. No one knew if we were going left or right. We didn't even know if we were going left or right. Some days we're together, some days we're not. Sometimes we're sneaky because we don't want to tell everyone we're back together because it's getting annoying. Like, it's kind of like that. There's still lots of love and care, but it's just like I said, right person, wrong time in that moment. And I actually am kind of thankful that it was tough, but I'm happy we did do that while I was going to nursing school, because like I could really focus on nursing school, because I think if we were together, I would probably just like be focused on him. So I'm happy we did that. And then we did that for quite a few years. And then
sometimes that toxic cycle is just a good little high and low. You know, the highs are real high, but the lows are pretty low.
Yeah. So then I finally finished nursing school, and then we got together again one last time, and I had like the best last practicums, like the best. I got exactly what I wanted. I love mental health. So I actually got the it's like called polydipsic ward in the Sask Hospital.
Okay, so in North Battleford?
Yeah, so I got to go there. So that was really cool. And then they said I had to pick a rural hospital. And my little sister lived in Banff at the time. And I was like, hey, it's a small town. And I asked I got that. So I got to go work in the Banff hospital.
That's amazing.
For my practicum. And I absolutely fell in love with the hospital and loved it there and everything. And by that point, I think I was like 24, 25. So
I did that too. I had a relationship when I was that age, and it was like, how long do I want to screw around for? Like, I'm 22 years old, and not that that's that old when you really think about it, but at the time you're like, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Like, I'm an adult. Why am I accepting this behavior? So So yeah, I totally get where you're like, Kate, like, let's go here.
then, like,
I don't have a
by the
lot of
time
time to waste.
And then as I like, if I were to meet someone else, I'm gonna have to do like this for another 2 or 3 years.
Exactly.
And do all this before I get to know you, because I have to see you in all your little elements and environments. And
Yeah.
I like everything. And then what if I don't? And I overthink it.
So good for you. You set a boundary.
I did, and that must have been what it took, because we're still together.
Yeah.
And
So high school
but
sweethearts.
it was nice though, because the last time we got together, we're like, hey, if we're gonna do it this time, we're doing it for real. Like, we have to let go of the past. We can't bring out any of the past stuff into this new relationship. It's gonna be fresh. And he agreed. But I said, just because we hang out and watch TV, that's not a date. That's not quality time. You're taking me out on dates. We're going to go out and do stuff. We're going to make plans, and we're going to do it.
Hell yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. So
Kelly's digging her foot in, honey.
I know. I was like, this is it. I need to figure this out.
So how old are you when you get married?
I forgot. I was like 29.
Okay.
I think I was 26 when we started talking about this. And I was like, yeah, I'm on birth control. And once I stop taking it, it's going to take like a year. Mm-hmm. For it to kick in and all that. So we did that, and nothing ever happened. We weren't like trying, but we weren't not trying.
Gotcha.
So nothing happened. And then within the other year of that, I did get pregnant at one point, finally. And then it turned out to be like a chemical pregnancy. So it's like so early in the beginning. So I got a positive test. And then like within like a week or two, I got a negative test. And then sure enough. So luckily with those, like with a chemical pregnancy, you can start trying again right away after your cycle.
I had one of those as well after 700 miscarriages. Not really, but I was like, oh, this is kind of like, okay, I'm sad, but like this is relieving that I don't have to wait to try again.
Yeah, or do like a DNC or do any of that kind of stuff. You could just get right back into it.
Still sucks emotionally, but
big time.
Yeah.
So then by then I told my doctor, we've been trying for like a year and a half, so she referred me to the OBGYN.
Okay.
And then
so sorry, you're not married yet though?
No, we didn't get married till
you're just deciding we want to have a baby
right
first.
at the end of my mat leave.
Okay.
Yeah, we could tell we were like ready to have kids. Like it wasn't just something like me and him have done a lot of really fun and really cool things like on our own and traveled or just go to the cabin together alone, and we'd make our own fun and have fun. But it started to feel like something was missing, or like something would be funner if like a kid was here. Like it'd make it more, I don't know, more exciting, more special.
It's just like, when that chapter, it's time. You're like, I really love you a lot, but like I'm kind of bored of you and I'm not really appreciating my time with you anymore. Because I've been spending so much time with you. Yeah. Let's add a baby into the mix. That'll fix it.
But yeah, no, it just started to get to that point. So it's something definitely we really wanted. And honestly, we both partied pretty hard when we were in our 20s. So that we were kind of over that too.
Yeah.
So
what does the OB say?
He was very blunt with what he all had to say.
I like blunt doctors.
Yeah.
They're not for everybody.
I'm very sensitive too, but we ended up getting along really well. But he's very blunt, but I ended up having to do some procedures, and then the first time, a few things, and then
minor procedures. Okay, that's good.
And then we tried a fertility drug the first time.
Okay,
and then I did get pregnant after that.
Okay,
yeah. So I finally had my daughter. I had her.
What year did you have her?
2018.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I had her in 2018. It was really exciting. And it was so funny because like I was not even like a great pregnant person.
Me either.
And I was such a weirdo. I don't even know if I've even met another pregnant person like me.
Explain.
Like I was like, I am repopulating this earth. Like
Mother Earth.
Bow down to me. I'm risking my life for this.
Okay, we really leaned in.
Oh yeah. But like, would you like my chair? Oh yes, I would. Even though I might have not wanted it. I was like, yes, thank you.
Might as well.
I need it. Or like, oh, you want this? Or yeah, I'm repopulating, risking my life for this child. And like, even when my doctor's like, Kelly, you're gonna have a big baby. Stop eating. I'm like, are you having a baby? No. Like.
You just stop eating. That's so funny.
Even like, people always want like, oh, I hate when people touch my belly. And I was such a weird, like people would touch my belly and I'd put my hand on them and I'd be like, I know, right? Like,
just felt so elite.
I'm creating life.
Like you're the first person to ever have a baby.
And everyone's like, even when I tell my friends, I was like almost not letting go. They're like, I know, right? They're like, you are such a freak. I'm like, it's like all my friends have had babies, and I'm just like, you don't know.
You don't know, but it's like, this is different. So how does delivery go? Not that great?
Well, no, I ended up getting induced and actually got,
Because you were super overdue?
no,
Oh.
I was like high blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
Uncontrollable.
I always love when there's another overdue mom because I was overdue every time. I'm like, talk to me, relate to me.
No, both mine came early, 2 weeks
Okay.
early. But yeah, no, with Charlie, it was definitely like I was high blood pressure, close to being diabetic. That was kind of another reason. He's like, Kelly, you need to stop eating like bad food. I'm like, you don't tell me what to do. I'm pregnant. It was like a bad nightmare.
Okay, so not a good induction.
Oh no.
Okay.
And I felt so bad. I had like the best nurses, and you would never guess I was a nurse the way I acted.
Oh.
It was just, but in my defense,
Did you go feral or what?
Oh, bad. So bad.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot.
At 10:30, I started having contractions, and then I was having double contractions every minute. And by that point, it was too late. Like it wasn't. They pulled out the induction, and then they were like, "It's kind of too late. It's already started." And then I had Charlie at 2:30, so I had her in 4 hours.
Did you have an epidural?
No,
Why?
because it happened so fast.
Okay, I was like,
So
Kelly, you should have got the epidural.
No, it happened so fast.
Well, and I've heard like the hard and the fast are the worst because your body doesn't have time to like stretch and figure it
Nothing.
out. Like
No.
you're just,
yeah,
honey.
My water broke, and it was just a whole thing. So anyways,
Yeah. I don't like, that's not a fun feeling of it
No.
leaking all the time. And I didn't like that.
So then I went to the bathroom after because I didn't realize that was my water breaking. She put fentanyl. I had got fentanyl in my leg.
Okay.
And thank God she did.
Oh.
Because I guess I was trying to push out the baby by that point. So then they put me on the bed, and I was like, I am so sorry. But like, I'm saying it really nice, but I was like, I am so sorry. Like, you need to get an experienced nurse. I don't have time for you to be down there. Like, and she's like, don't worry, I already grabbed one. And then I remember being at some points like, I just want a break, like even a 2-minute break. I can't even handle this 1 minute break.
Yeah.
So then sure enough, the other nurse came. She's like, we have a head. And so they like pulled the cord out of the wall and like started rolling me down. But like, so when I went on the toilet, I don't know how, I think they took my gown off. So I was naked when I got on the bed, and then they were going to run me down to the like delivery room. And they're like, Kelly, you need to get under the blanket. And I was like, I don't care. We're all here for the same reason. Like, I don't care. Roll me down this hallway. And they're like, you need to get under a blanket. I'm like, I don't care who sees me. Roll me down this hallway. And then I don't even know what happened. It was all just a blank.
I'm just thinking of your husband in this situation because he's
like,
probably, I don't even know him, but I can just see him being like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do, because I wouldn't even know what to do. And I'm an experienced mom.
Like, I was crazy. Oh, and then I think they ended up just getting one of the warming blankets and threw it on top of me and rolled me down the bed, like down this thing.
Because it's in Lloyd, right? And you don't, so in Saskatoon, you're in one room the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
And so in Lloyd, you labor in one room. When they think you're ready, you go to the delivery room. Then you go back into your other room. Yeah, it's not like
and
that in
my
Saskatoon.
room was like, do you know how like...
Yeah, I went for my sister's
Yes,
birth.
okay,
Yeah.
so my room was close to like the surgical doors. So
Okay.
I would have had to gone down like a big L. Like I would have had to go down the... Like,
long ways.
yeah, oh, yeah. Naked if I would have got my way. Oh, and I like closed my legs and I was like, I'm not doing this. I know you can give an epidural. I'm not doing this. They're like, no. And then they finally had to yell at me, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll participate.
I can't imagine how painful. It was painful when I had an epidural, so I couldn't imagine without it.
Actually, with my son, I got an epidural with him.
Yeah.
I almost prefer just the fun. Like, but really, like the morphine, I know it works for some.
Morphine didn't even touch it for me.
No, if anything, it kind of made me sick. Like it made me nauseated. And
Yeah.
so the fentanyl like did really help be myself. Cause like it was, the fentanyl was just enough to get me through all of that. And like, you still feel pain when baby's coming out.
Yeah.
And I just,
You're right. I think you're more in tune with your body
Yeah.
when you don't have the epidural. Because,
So-
mine definitely wasn't as strong as when I delivered my son. And I felt like, and I mean, it's my second baby, granted, but I felt like he came a lot faster when I was pushing.
Yeah.
Just I felt like I actually could feel what I was supposed to be doing, as opposed I was so frozen. They had to catheter me with my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Because I kept pressing the button because I was scared I was going to feel things again. And then she came in and she was like, can you move your legs? And I was like, nope. She was like, you're not supposed to do that. And she took the button away from me. But so we become a mama.
we could become a mom.
How's postpartum? How's going into motherhood?
Terrible.
Okay, why?
All my friends, I had one friend that had a kid, and like it's funny how after you have kids, you're kind of like,
Yes.
I should have been there more for you. I should have helped you. I should have just chilled with you and held your baby for you to do something.
I think we're really hard on ourselves too, because I remember thinking that exact same thing. But then you don't know until you become a mom of what a mom really needs. So then I try now as a mom to pay it forward a lot more. But then with one kid, you can do that, no problem. But then with two, I'm like, I've got a friend who literally just had a baby like a month ago. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I promise I'm going to bring you supper. But like life is just so chaotic with two. Like I promise I will come. But it's just different once you have, when you're outnumbered.
So I did have like a lot of support and like awesome people in my life.
So that's really good. You came home and you had your mom there.
Oh,
so I always tell people, I'm like, you want your mom there. You're so tired. You can't catch up.
And it's like a tired you can't even explain. And like actually my sister came down for a while too. And like,
oh, perfect.
Brittany's never even had kids, but she was awesome with helping me. Like I had such amazing help.
Good.
But I just, and another crazy thing that was kind of hard on me is that I actually, this is really rare. I got mastitis while I was pregnant.
What?
Yeah.
That's possible?
Yeah. So I started leaking before I had Charlie. And then all of a sudden.
Did you collect?
No.
Okay, you should have collected.
I know. But I started leaking and then all of a sudden I got mastitis because of it. So I had to go to Merge and get that checked. So anyways, Charlie wouldn't want to eat from that one that had the infection. So then breastfeeding was hard, but I had more than enough to breastfeed. And then I am 100% like, I don't judge anyone that wants to formula feed. I don't judge anyone that wants to do this. I am like, literally, that was even like my birth plan. Like, just as long as we're both alive and we survive. Like, I don't see one way a kid comes into this world or the family. Like, 100%. I don't see any of that. So to me, but it was like, I have more enough supply. I can do this. I, for some reason, this weird guilt that the fact that I had this supply that I didn't want to formula feed.
I was the same way. And I had a weird thing in my head where I was like, if I miss one feed, then my milk supply is going to go down and then she's going to be up more in the night. And I don't want to get up more in the night because I'm already not sleeping enough. It was just this like never ending anxious cycle.
Yeah, that's exactly. So that was tough. And then I think even like the fact I had her, like I didn't sleep all day. And then I had her in the middle of the night. Yeah. And I stayed up that whole time. And then after that, I just always kind of stayed up and always kind of
your adrenaline's just pumping for a long time too. Yeah.
Yeah. So then when I got home and then I was trying to feed her and I was like, why isn't this as easy as you think it would be? And all this other, so it started to slowly, like I wasn't sleeping. I felt like I was kind of inadequate sometimes where I was like, why can't I make my baby stop crying? Or why, like, and you see things on social media and like, oh, my husband was like, get off social media. And I hate that I'm like even agreeing with him right now because that just made me mad. But I was like seeing like people's happy moments with their babies on social media when really it's like, I can't figure out why my baby is always crying. But
and I think too, when it's your first baby, you're literally learning what a baby needs. And I didn't know that they would cry when they're overtired. I thought you rock them and they go to sleep and then that's it. And
feed them
and you put them in the crib and then they wake up and you feed them. And then I didn't know what happened after that.
And then I was really scared about like, I don't know why. I just got really paranoid and really scared about everything. Like, scared about SIDS, scared about blankets, I needed a bumper. I needed this. Like, and with our house, it was such a big master suite that we actually just made a baby. Instead of having a baby room, we had a baby room corner.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we had Charlie in the corner, but I was so paranoid that I had the baby monitor even on my nightstand. I was facing the crib, like how I am right now, but there's a camera and the baby monitor so I could see her face and I'd still get up and check if she's breathing. And then
no, it's not funny because in the moment, but like it's funny now. You look back and you're like, she was fine.
Even when I finally started explaining some of my crazy moments, and I was like, man, you are crazy.
You know what's the craziest thing about all my postpartum stuff is I was never stressed about that. My husband was so stressed. My outlook was very dark. Like I was in a very dark place. And I remember saying, if she's not breathing, I'm not going to find out till morning anyway. And at least I get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
Like that's how sleep deprived I was.
I ended up getting, putting her in my bed and co-sleeping, and then me and my husband, like we still don't sleep in the same bed.
Did that make you feel a lot better?
1000%.
Okay.
I still woke up and was super, and I know a lot of people don't agree with it or whatever, but to me, it was instead of physically getting out of my bed, it was a few steps and checking if she's breathing or like checking on her and then laying back down, and I'm doing it like probably 20 times in a night, right? Instead of getting up and doing that every time and then getting re-comfortable and trying to get right back into a deep sleep and then getting up and doing it again, I could just like, oh, what about the baby? And then she's right beside me. Look, yeah, I got real.
Feel the chest.
Yeah, I really got stiff. Your back and body.
Yeah, you're
really
sleeping in the kind of the same position all night long.
Not moving.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, it did get pretty dark throughout the day. Like I said, I had really great support, but then at the same time, it's like, well, no, I should do this. I'm her mom. Like, I should be doing it. I'm her mom. And then no one else could do it as good as I could do it either.
Of course.
Right? So then it's hard to get like that. And then, yeah, but everyone still works throughout the day. So you're still alone with baby all by yourself throughout the day. And like, it was starting to get where like every little thing I could think of something that could possibly happen to her.
Like go wrong sort of thing?
Oh, yeah. Like even every time I changed her diaper, every time I fed her, every time I left her room without her, I would even daydream of like our future. And I'd think of like for example, like, and this gets pretty deep, but like, for example, like I remember sitting and like looking outside. I'm like, oh, I can't wait till she can play outside. I'm like, oh, but what if she tripped and poked her eye out and then she was blind? And I'm like, yeah.
Wow,
no.
That's really oddly specific. It's not funny. Sorry, Kelly, but it's like, what are the chances of that happening? Like really, truly, like a really freak accident.
In my head, my sleep deprived head was like, that is a possibility.
Right.
We are never playing outside. like
you are going to be the bubble child.
Oh, 100%. And then I remember like thinking, watching her standing, like finally learning how to stand like on the coffee table. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. Like we'll have people over, we could play. It'll be fun. Oh no, what if she tripped and fell and hit her back on the corner of the coffee table? Like that's one thought out of how many thoughts I had throughout the day. So I was mentally exhausted. If she cried and then I have these thoughts and then I have all these things happening, but I don't want to talk to anyone about it because I'm scared. I don't want to get taken away from my baby. I don't want to get judged and thought that like I'm not equipped to do this.
Now, where do you think that fear stemmed from? I think it was like your experience in the mental health unit at a Sask hospital.
Maybe. Well, actually, I listen to a lot of true crime.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Like, actually, when I finally did go help, they're
got
like,
it.
You are done with the news. You are done with true crime. And I was like, what? That's all I live for.
I used to really like true crime too until I became a mom. And then I was like,
Yeah, Dateline is like number one.
Yes, I loved Dateline. I still enjoy watching it from time to time, but it freaks me out more now as a mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and like I loved SVU, like Law and Order. Like I just like love true crime. Like, and then sitting at home all day with these crazy thoughts, and then that's all I'm watching is like Dateline and doing all these other things. So
right.
She will.
Okay, so probably there was where
not well.
Okay. Okay. So at what point do you seek support? Okay. Does someone reach out to you and say, "Hey, you seem unwell"? No one's really reading it.
Well, my husband and my mom could, because I remember one time we were in Lloyd, and like my mom was awesome. She always came with us and always did stuff with us, which was awesome. So we were grocery shopping. We were both in the back seat, and I could not breastfeed and get her to feed. Oh. And I'm sore as well, and I'm trying, and she's just crying and crying and crying, and everyone's kind of overstimulated. Like town's already too much for us.
Yeah, it's a big outing with the baby.
And then finally, I remember saying even like, I should just sign her over to you guys. Like I can't get her to stop, and I can't do this. And they're like, Kelly, no, what is wrong with you? You're fine. Like it's gonna be okay. Like calm down.
How old is your baby at this point?
4 6 months.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
And I remember saying that, and I remember being like, I remember saying that, and they were looking at me like, Kelly, but I didn't talk about it with anyone because I didn't want anyone thinking, I don't want anyone not trusting me with my kid or like not thinking I couldn't, whatever. So then it just kept getting bad. I remember, this is also really deep. I remember I had a day full of it. Like I remember there's sometimes my husband came home after work and I would just like cry as soon as I saw him. And I'm just like, oh, I can finally like just let go. Because you want to be strong all day for baby. Yeah. And then he'd get home and I'd just cry. And like Jaden is amazing in a sense that like we're very much a team, but like 100% Jaden's awesome. Like he does all the cooking for us. He'll plan all of like Christmas, Thanksgiving, buy the
Jim
food.
Lewis, are you listening?
He does all that. So like I was just trying to be nice and like make supper for him while I was on mat leave. And like I remember coming home and he'd take over all of that for me. And like he was just, and you'd always make sure I ate.
He was such a great partner.
Right.
That's a really good teammate.
It was really awesome. So I remember coming home a few times. And then so I remember one time, this was like when I hit my breaking point. I remember one time I was making him supper and then I opened up the oven door and I remember thinking, oh gosh, like imagine if Charlie ever fell onto the oven door and like burned herself and like blah blah. And then I remember thinking to myself, I was so exhausted, like I wish I could just shoot myself in my head. Like, I want this to stop. And I was like, wow. And I remember like kind of like stood up and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? I like to think overall, like, I'm a really happy person. And then these intrusive, like, I don't like to say I just had depression.
Yeah.
I had postpartum anxiety that snowballed into depression. I full on had high functioning anxiety, postpartum anxiety, big time, intrusive thoughts, like just like what ifs and what could happen and what can I do to save my baby? And like, I don't want to be.
That's very exhausting for your brain to do that all day. Like, you're literally in like red alert mode all day long,
and then
every
not
day.
sleeping because I'm checking on her all night. Like, it was just a lot. And then I have like sensitive skin, but I started breaking out in a rash throughout my whole body too. So like my arms,
your body's telling you something.
Yeah, my arms were all broken out. And like, this is one part now that I can laugh about now. But I was like so broken out in a rash that my palms of my hands got itchy and I couldn't scratch the itch. So I started even using my teeth.
Actually, teeth work so great for a hand itch.
So I started scratching my hands with my teeth and I was like, oh, it's so itchy. And I'd Google it and be like, oh, it's because of stress. And then, so anyways, I got that thought.
Okay.
I remember stood up. My mom or Jane wasn't home yet or had left like to come home. And I'm like, hey, well, we're going to a walking clinic. So then I went to the.
Good for you.
Yeah, because that wasn't a thought like it's kind of like my brain was someone else. And I'm like, whoa, why did you think that? Why are we going there?
Yeah.
Why is that a solution? That's crazy. Now I laugh about my little intrusive thoughts. Like, hey, man, like, calm down.
Yeah.
And like,
well, I think that shows that you've like healed and you feel a lot better too, right?
Yes.
Like, I don't think if you're still feeling that way, we'd be like, oh, I can't believe I could just get stabbed in the eye. Like,
and then I'm sitting there.
yeah, exactly. We had that little like mentee bee in the car with your mom and your husband.
Probably at like 3 months.
And then about a month later, this is when we go to the walking clinic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I go to the walking clinic and I'm sitting there, have my winter coat on, and she's like, so like, what brings you in today? And I was like, don't know, I'm going crazy. I like started crying. I took my jacket off. She can see the whole rash all over my arms. I told her where my thought went, and I was like, and she was so good, and she was so nice and like amazing about it, reassuring. She even asked me like, do you think you are gonna hurt yourself or your baby at all? And I was like, no, if anything, you can put us in a padded room and I'll think of 100 different ways how this padded room will cave in on us. Or put me in the middle of a field with a helmet and I'm still going to figure out things that could fly by or drop on us or something. Like,
right.
I'm thinking like of every scenario that could happen. And I was like, no, I don't think so. And so she was just really good and really like reassuring and really nice. So, and then I was put on antidepressants after that. And I went seeing the psychiatrist and I started seeing a counselor too.
Okay.
And we worked through a bunch of stuff. So it was really nice, but it was really hard. And I think the fact of it, I got to the point of so low that I was like, what do I have to lose? I'm just going to start telling everyone how I feel. Yeah. There's probably other people feeling like how I do. So really, what do I have to lose? I've already lost it for myself kind of thing. So it's like, whatever. And it kind of pisses me off. Once I started opening up, it's crazy how many people were so close to me that had same situations or similar postpartum anxiety. And it's like, why are we all talking about this? We're all close. We're all in this together. Like, it's not always beautiful and amazing. It's hard and doesn't make you a bad mom.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And one thing I learned, because then I had my son after that.
Yeah. When you went to your 6-week checkup postpartum, did they do any like conversation with you about how are you doing mentally?
They just got me to fill out, I think because I'm such a good
form.
Yeah. And they grade you, but I think I'm such a good little faker.
That you were like, it's great. I'm just not sleeping. That's what I said during mine. I was like, I'm just not sleeping. And once I get a little more sleep, I think I'll feel better.
And I think you have to be pretty, I don't know. Like I was not honest because I was like, oh yeah, clearly this question's going to get me.
You weren't ready yet to.
Yeah, this question's going to clearly get me in the radar of them. So I'm going to mark it like that. It's not that bad. So no. And people I had really, that's the thing. I think postpartum anxiety and depression does not discriminate at all. And you can have as much help and support as you can. And then you might not have any help. It just doesn't matter. But I think having the solid
like group around you of not like I love talking about mental health with people, even like my clients at work and stuff like that. And I always say, like, I always think of our bodies like a bottle, and you can put so much in, but if you don't, you know, pour out a bit, it's going to eventually over explode.
Yeah.
And you got to think of your body like that. So I always tell people that, like, it's good to take self-care. It's good to do things. It's good to release and talk about stuff, even if it's hard. And one thing that was really nice, like, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, but I'm also like a terrible patient. I think the last time I went was in March, and I promised my husband I'd keep going. And
That's still pretty. That's not that far away.
I just rebooked again this month.
Good for you, though.
Yeah.
Good. That's Kelly. That's 3 months. That's not even that far. There's people who haven't gone for years. Like,
yeah, or
you're
at all.
doing just fine. Yeah, or at all. But to circle back to your point about when you said that lots of your friends were like, "Oh yeah, I was like feeling that exact same way, but I didn't." I think a lot of it, from my perspective, is I'm a very black and white person. And so when I go to a mom group with my new baby, and my whole thing in my brain was like, I think I just hate this.
No,
I think I just hate this because everyone else seems to be, they're like, oh yeah, I'm good. You know, I'm not really sleeping, but it's okay. And my black and white brain is like, okay, they think it's fine and it's good. They're just not sleeping very much. Whereas in the gray area there, you're not listening to the whole, like, I'm not sleeping very much, so I'm probably not doing very well, but I couldn't recognize that.
And I went to this breastfeeding group my friend suggested to me. That was another thing. Like, I definitely did not fit in to that group. You got to find your group for sure. Because I did not fit in. I've never been back or seen those girls, but they were good for them. They loved breastfeeding and like loved it all.
Not me.
And so I went to this course and they're all talking about it. And then they're like, oh, I just love it. And I just like bounce my baby and I get my squats in when I do it and like do all this stuff. And I'm like, they're like, okay, Kelly, how are you doing? I'm like, I hate this. Like, I just do it because breast is bad. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, I just wasn't my group or wasn't really my thing.
Yeah.
I feel like too, there's a lot of like the stigma of mental health and like a lot of people don't bring it up. Cause then once I really like people that did open up to me, once I opened up what happened with myself, and they were clearly trying to make me feel better and talk to me about it. They told me in private, which, you know what I mean? Cause there is that stigma. It's hard.
Well, and I think too, I don't want to like open up to a group of moms and be like, do you guys like really hate this? Or is it just me? And then they're like, oh my God, did you hear Jordhan? Like, she said she hated being a mom. Which, you know, just that
And
whole like spiral in the brain too.
And I also had like stupid reasons of like being a new mom where I was like I really miss just getting in my car and going to town.
Yes, and not having to worry about
a car. You have to worry about a kid. You have to worry about extra clothes. You have to worry, like, clearly you had a baby. You need that stuff. But like,
and it's not forever. You're not in the baby phase forever. It feels like forever when you're in it, and then all of a sudden you're like, what diaper bag?
Yeah.
Oh, turn you around in your car seat. Oh, here's an iPad for the drive-in. And you listen to your podcast in the front seat and it's like, if only I could have told myself this when my baby was like a month old.
And people did try telling me that.
But you can't see it when you're in it the first time. You really can't.
I was so crazy. I'd be like, you don't know. And she probably had like 5 kids. I'm like, you don't know.
Yeah.
This
you
is
really
forever.
When you're in it the first time, you really don't understand that it feels long when you're in it, but it really is short in the grand scheme.
100%.
So does beading come in at this point with
daughter?
Actually, okay, so talk to me. Sorry, let's go back. You get on the antidepressants.
Yes.
How are you feeling? Does it take a while to find something that works?
It does take a bit. So back with my beading with it, I work out in Onion Lake. Absolutely love it there. I've been there for 11 years now. I always see beadwork, especially quite a bit more out there, like out in the community and stuff like that, and plus my community and stuff, other settings. But I always see, so this is like a whole other topic. So anyways, I didn't grow up on the reserve. My mom is actually part of the Sixties Scoop. So I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
I have heard of this.
So the 60 Scoop is where they'll go in and then they take kids from their homes. So my mom went to school one day. I think she was in kindergarten or grade 1, pretty little. And the blue car that said Canada on it came to the school and they took 5 of them in the car. And my mom never went back home. So there's 2 older uncles. They end up getting adopted out to...
so they split them up.
Yeah, they ended up getting adopted out to London, Ontario. My mom got adopted out in the Maidstone area. And then I had another uncle that's handicapped. He's actually in a long-term care facility. And then my 2 other uncles got adopted out into the States.
So sorry, did your mom go with someone or she was by herself?
She was by herself.
Like, I just, as a mom now, I'm like, could you imagine?
Like our daughters, I think, are similar ages. Or
Well,
maybe,
4 years. Yeah.
That's like
That's
going
why I
to
asked when
school
she was
and then
born.
never coming home ever again. You don't have a chance to
It
even try
makes
to get
me
them
feel
back.
sick to my
You
stomach.
don't have a chance to get them back. You don't have a chance to do anything, right? So, and you're not adopted back out to Native people. You're adopted out to white people.
Because they're trying to assimilate.
Yes, exactly. So my mom was a full Cree speaker, and then when she got to her her foster home, they cut her hair, and then they like deloused her. They put this white powder all over her and stuff, and then she wasn't allowed to speak Cree or anything in that house, so she lost her language and all that, and then she got adopted out to a different family, so she didn't grow up at all around
So
her.
mom has a lot of trauma, obviously, from that experience in her life. Yeah.
So she ended up not reconnecting with her family till later in life, but I didn't grow up on the reserve. None of my siblings grew up on the reserve.
Okay.
None of that. So when I see beadwork, a lot of people might not know this, but like with beadwork, sometimes certain colors have to be on certain things. Like it's gotten a lot better, not better, but like a lot more open to like different colors, different designs, funner things, like I don't know, just different stuff. But sometimes there's colors that touch, certain colors that do things. And there's a level of respect to it, and it's kind of more of like an art, and it's just really nice. And I've always liked it and loved it, but I never felt right. Like, especially if it's like traditional colors, I never felt right buying it and walking around with it, because I wanted to be able to explain why I have this and what it is and like what the colors mean. And I always felt like kind of like a scam about it.
So where are you learning this? Are you learning this with your family
I taught
or
myself?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But so you saw it in your job a little bit and you're like, I love that. I want to teach.
I've always loved it. Yeah.
Okay.
I've always loved it, but I never felt like I deserved to have those traditional colors. Like I didn't feel like I earned it or should have it or could explain it. The beginning of November, and then I even have like my first beadwork, and it was in November. And so I remember one day I was like, screw it, you know what, I'm gonna try this one day. And I remember, actually, I wish I could tag all the people, but I feel like I'd have to ask them. There's like a few people for sure on TikTok, some in the States, some nearby, some all over Canada. Like they have tutorials. I'm so thankful for them.
Yeah.
Because they taught me how to bead and what to do and like different things to do and all of that. And I just appreciate that so much. Like that's so huge. Especially like I always say with us kids, there's a bunch of us kids. I call us like floaters. I don't know why. It's like my own example.
Okay.
Where we are urban, like we grow up in town, but then we don't really feel like we fit into like our like the white people, I guess.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like we don't feel like we 100% fit in.
Yeah.
But then we go home on the reserve.
And you also don't fit there.
in. So we're kind of floaters. And then rightfully so, I feel like when you go back home, like a lot of people are really protective of like how their teachings and their like traditions and everything are. So it is really scary. Like it is scary for like an outsider to just try to go like, let's say out to a powwow out on the reserve. And, you know, like it is scary. I've been there. I've part of it. So it's scary to go out and do all that kind of stuff. So I'm really thankful for those people that were on social media that did those tutorial videos. Cause like they taught me to do that. And I don't know, something, my mom always says this too, is she loves watching me bead because she's like, there's just something so calming that comes over you.
You found some peace in it.
100%. And I always say like my beading is like, it's Indigenous, but with a 60 scoop twist, because I don't know colors. I'm doing what I feel. I always think like they always say with Indigenous hair, like you braid when you're saying good thoughts or a prayer and you're putting that energy into like the person's hair, like giving that person that energy. I do that when I bead. Everything that I make is super, super special. It's it could look exactly the same, but I'm counting each bead I'm putting on, so it might not always be perfect. It's funny, a lot of people think my name is Taylor.
Yeah, what I was gonna ask, what is because it's tailor-made beads, right? Or beading.
I've had a bunch of last names in my life. So I have my birth last name, and then my mom's last name when she got adopted out to the Taylors. My grandparents were like she got adopted out to the best people.
Oh, I'm so happy for her and your whole family that
100%, like,
but still, like, it's still not your.
My grandparents were amazing. Like, I absolutely love them, and they totally were like open to like my mom's background. Like, they were amazing people.
So anyways, their last names were Taylor. And then my mom would watch the baby while I bead. And then my mom would buy me beading stuff and bring it home to me. And like anytime she found beading stuff, she brought it back. So then I started posting it like, oh, I like what I made. And then other people that liked it too would ask to buy it. So I didn't want to charge a lot either. Like I'm charging like just enough to cover for me to
keep me going
kind of thing, or buy other things and to do other stuff. It started to get a little popular, and it was more or less like friends that are just on Facebook, like friends that are close to me asking. And I was like, yeah, I want you to love this and enjoy this too. So I was like beading and like loving it and making things for them. And then it started like, okay, I'll make this. And I was like, you know, I'm going to name this after my mom. And my grandparents were so amazing. I'll name it kind of with them too. And so I call it Tailor Made Beads.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's such a cool story behind the name.
Yeah. And then I also kind of think it's cool too, because it's like something in me, obviously.
So do you do custom orders, or do you just kind of create and then?
So I got so popular. I absolutely loved it. Like I lived for it. It's definitely my baby. I got so popular. I've got asked to go to markets. I've met so many people. Cool. I did the Spiros market. I did the Nouveau market. I would love like the Nouveau, like they're always trying to still invite me, but I just get like imposter syndrome and weird and
well, it does put the pressure on a bit where you're like, I just want to do this when I enjoy it, instead of being like, I gotta get my beading in today or else I'm not gonna have enough stuff.
It started to get to a point where it was like I wasn't just doing it to enjoy it. And like that's something with beading, like you're not supposed to do it when you're on your time. You know, if you're not in the right mood, you're poking yourself, that something is telling you this isn't it. So you got to put it down and walk away.
Okay.
Or you have to do it with good intentions and all that kind of stuff. So it got to be too much, and the creative side got a little, like, got away. Like, especially when someone's like, I don't want that color. I like this color. Like, I want more of a pink. And I'm like, frick. Yeah.
You got to do what brings you joy.
Yeah.
And eventually it does start to turn into a job, and you don't realize. You're like, oh, never mind. Never mind. That's not what I wanted.
100%.
Yeah.
And it got to that point. It got to that point where this is becoming something I'm dreading, and I don't want to get to that point.
So is this between baby 1 and 2 still? Like it's taken off that much between kids, or is this even after your son is born as well?
I would say that much in between kids.
Okay. And so you get your mental health to a good spot. When do you decide you're ready to have another baby, or is that just a fluke?
Didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
We just love our husband that much. Okay.
Nope. I wouldn't even say that.
So how much time is between your 2 kids?
I was crazy, and I decided, let's plan a wedding while I'm on mat leave.
Oh yeah.
So we did get married.
Stress.
Yeah, we finally got married. I play hockey, and I remember texting my hockey team being like, I'm going to be back, baby. This is my year, girls. And like my friends had Stagettes planned. I'm like, oh, I am going. I did not know what motherhood was like, because like I am definitely not a baby mom. Yeah, I'm my first week at work. I'm back, girls. So excited.
I already know where this
I'm gonna drink. Oh yeah, hey, because I work at a clinic. I'm like, hey, you want to get me on? Let's get on birth control here, because I don't need another baby. That was a rude awakening. Who knew what motherhood was like?
I'm finally feeling like myself again a little.
Just for a joke, let's do a pregnancy test at work. Wasn't even late yet.
Kelly Callbeck.
That test is positive. Out of nowhere. On birth control. Didn't you have to do fertility stuff with this one?
Yeah, so obviously whatever those things were that you did the first time, your body was like, okay, honey.
Yeah, okay, let's do it again.
Okay, so how far apart are they? Like 18 months-ish?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Oh, my sister's about to have that in like a couple weeks.
Actually, a positive thing about it, you're already in the trenches. So it's not like you're restarting, going back into the trenches. You are already sleep deprived. It ain't no rude awakening. You're ready to go. Yeah, it sucks changing 2 diapers, but you're already all in it. Nothing changes. So when you're in it, you're in it.
I always think when you're in it, you're in it. And then when you're out of it, you're out of it.
Yeah. So the restart and start fresh would be a little bit hard, but you might be more prepared because you're more slept and
yeah.
But
okay, so you kind of said you struggled a bit with your mental health after it's your son, right? He was a boy.
Yes.
Okay. And so are you kind of like, you've had that experience with your first that you're like, oh, here it is again. Okay, we got to get on top of it this time. Or do you still try to fight your way through it for a while?
I was more on top of it, but COVID happened.
Oh, yeah.
And I was a nurse. So we got a little crazy again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually, when I had my son, Quebec wasn't allowing dads in the delivery room.
Great.
Yeah, so I was really scared that was going to be it was going to start coming this way.
To pipe, yeah.
Yeah, so I was really scared for that. And I remember my husband being like, well, I didn't even do anything the last time. And I was like, yeah, you helped me make this. We are in this. We are doing this.
I need somebody in there with me.
You. So
can you believe they did that in like the 60s and 70s? The man just like brought you to the door and was like, see you when the baby's born.
My grandpa told me that he's like, yeah, I just went and dropped grandma off at the front door. And then they have cell phones. And he's like, I had to call the hospital. See, did you have it yet? And she called me, went to pick her up. I was like, that would be the day. And then he's like, Kelly, I didn't have the choice. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think. I guess you would survive it if you had to, but I'd rather not.
No, I'd rather not either. And like, it's so depressing. It was so depressing in the COVID time. Like I actually, as social as I am, I actually loved some things about COVID. Like some things about COVID. Like it was like, oh, okay. What do you like? We're at a hotel and we have to just book an hour slot for just our family for this whole pool, like kind of thing. And like,
I was like, oh, you're telling me I have to make 3 meals a day and get skinny and fit? Okay.
Like my whole house.
I've never been so fit. I've never been so on top of projects in my life.
Or, oh, I can't go to that family function.
Darn.
Or like, hopefully like, oh, I was wearing you were wearing your mask. Sorry, I didn't see you in public and say hi.
Well,
like,
you know what? The girl that I had on the podcast just the week before yours, she talked about she had a baby in COVID as well. And she said, yeah, it was really isolating. But she's like, it was kind of nice because you're in the newborn trenches and I'm not missing out on nothing right now.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get it over with while no one's doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's actually a really great perspective on that. I would have never thought of that.
So it was really, it was really nice. And it was like, as sad as it is, I don't have the pictures with my son in the hospital like I do with my daughter, like with all the family coming in and holding him and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was really nice just having
It's kind of a peaceful experience.
just us in there and experiencing that and doing that. So that was really nice. But no, COVID happened. But I was more on top of it. Like, okay, I'm starting to feel that again. And I'm getting a little worried again. And then also like my husband was laid off because he's in the oil field. So like all of it was a bit scary.
All the unknowns. We look back now and we're like, what a time.
I know.
Right?
I've seen a TikTok
but we
the
were
other
all
day.
so scared.
Yeah, I even seen a TikTok the other day where it's like, can you imagine we like had to wash all the outside of like our boxes of groceries and stuff outside the door, and you're like,
right?
That was a serious thing, but like, really, how ridiculous are we?
Yeah, now we look back and we're like, okay, psychos.
Yeah, so I started to get really bad again with him, and then I was checking his sleeping again and doing all that, and I did the meds, I did the therapy again, and actually one thing my husband was really amazing with too. We did a couples therapy, but it wasn't a couples therapy for us, like me and him as a couple. It was more or less like it was individual couple, but we were each other's support system.
Okay.
So like I would hear him talk to her, and like it was actually really cool because I got to see questions she would ask. I'm like, what? I didn't even think you'd have feelings in that moment. What do you mean? You know what I mean? Like it was really cool that way, and it was really cool to see like. And he would take things home to like know how to support me or what to ask me or see how, like, it was almost like she was a translator for us to like understand each other better.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. That was really big for us. And then, so we did that, and I was more on top of my meds. I was a lot more open to at this point, because everyone,
you're like, here we go again. Good Lord.
But as soon as my kids were able to like sit up, kind of tell me they were hungry, kind of tell me they were sad, like be able to communicate better with me a bit, like obviously not talking, but I could understand what they needed. I could feel my postpartum slowly going away.
Yeah.
I couldn't sit there and just guess, okay, are they this? Are they that? Are they hungry?
Yeah.
And then breastfeeding, you can't actually see how much they're drinking. So it's like, is it enough? Is it that? Is it this? Like
so many variables.
Yeah. So many.
Yeah.
And then, it's just hard. And then you're on social media too, and people are like, I bought this for my baby, and I have this for my baby, and this name brand thing. And
did you ever come across my sister and I came across this? You have to make sure you shake up your boobies before you give your child your breast milk, because they're only getting certain kind of milk in your call it a milkshake or something, like insane.
I am telling my lactation consultant friend. I was actually trying to tell her to come on this podcast. She's like, well, who want to talk to me? I'm like,
we should have her.
She is so passionate. She's awesome, but she'll love that story.
That's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. We were giving milkshakes to our babies to try to get him to be happier. Okay, so do you bead when your son's born, or do you take a break?
Yeah. No,
okay.
I did. I did bead for both of them. Especially when I went back to work already, I did have like quite a good collection of different colors, different things. Set up, all that kind of stuff.
What, like, if you could have a perfect day of beading, what would that look like? How would your setup be?
I would be at the kitchen table no kids because they like to touch my stuff and it drives me crazy.
Of course they do.
So being at table, good sunlight, and I have a true crime. I have a good show on, like a show I can't watch in front of my kids on. And then, yeah, I just sit there and it's amazing. I can go like hours beading.
Cool. You're in a flow state.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what I'm going to make, what I'm going to do, what pattern I'm going to do. I just kind of feel it out and grab.
That's so
and
cool.
kind of just, I'm like a real Pascal.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to make?
My favorite thing to make is I really do like making the lanyard, the wristlet lanyards. I don't really like to make the long ones. It's
a lot of work.
My ADHD gets a little too far and like trying to do the whole thing and it gets long and then you're trying to do the pattern. It gets to be a bit for sure.
Okay.
Because you're counting every single one of those beads you're putting on, right? So it gets to be a bit. Some people are so good at it too. But yeah, I'd say the wristlet lanyards. I can do different patterns. And I can do so many. Like if I had a whole day to myself, I can make like 6 to 8 and I can do so many different colors and so many different styles and so many different patterns and it's fun.
Do you schedule it into your life so that you get to do it now or what does it look
No.
like?
I'm
No.
like a scatterbrain, man. Like why did I decide to live in Saskatchewan and me and my husband work on Alberta time?
Oh, yeah.
So I have really fallen apart with like the whole like internet and social media. And the thing is, I want to get back into it. At the same time, I don't want to start posting because then you start getting popular again. People start inquiring again.
And you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
And then
Yep,
so like
I think that's
get
fair.
home at like 5:15 and I have to like, we have to get supper going. Like luckily my husband's awesome. And like, we usually can hammer everything out. Like lunch is made, homework's done, dishes, supper, everything's done. And we're both sitting on the couch relaxing at 7:30, but we're both like little weasels and we go to bed when our kids do. So we go to bed at 8:30. So that's an hour after leaving our busy jobs, picking up our kids, doing all of that. It's an hour. Like it's hard to even find time to work out, let alone,
Right.
you know what I mean? Time for me to go sit down and actually start a project.
Yeah.
But then not even finish it while I'm in that flow of it. So
Right.
I find it's been a bit. My favorite thing is when I see one of my pieces out, but I don't remember I made it. And I'll be like, that's a nice lanyard. Oh, that's a nice pop. Those are cute earrings. I wonder who made them. I'm sitting there thinking, finally, I'm like, that looks like something I would do.
That's so cool seeing your stuff in the wild.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll like, it's on someone's purse. I'm like, hey, I like that. And I'm like, who made that? Or like someone's come up to me like, you don't know me, but this is like your lanyard. And I'm like, oh my God. Like we
That's
just like,
so cool.
I just love
Yeah.
that. I think that's so cool.
That is so cool.
Oh, I love when people tell me that. It like kind of pumps my tires where it's like, oh, it makes me want to do it again. I am good at this.
Yeah.
But my favorite piece that I've ever made is my daughter's powwow.
Okay, I saw this on
beadwork.
your social media.
That is my beyond favorite piece. I
Yeah.
put a lot of like it's pretty simple, but it's a lot. It's very durable. It's very like I don't feel like it's cheaply made whatsoever. Like it's not going to fall apart. It's so nice. I know nothing about the powwow circle at all. Like I know very basic stuff. So, but my daughter is like full on glitter, high heels.
Okay.
Like, and then so one day in the kitchen, I know she was doing footwork. I was like, hey. And I showed her powwow dancing and then I gave her a towel to dance and she can do it. So I was like, told my friends, like, yeah, you got to get her into the powwow. I was like, well, help me. And I have amazing friends at Onion Lake. Like, makes me emotional thinking of them. Like, they're the ones that like have got me through like lateral violence, like 100% with like trying to find my identity. Like, they're so supportive. And they're always like, no one can take your nativeness from you. And like, don't listen to people and like help me. And so like I had one friend come with me and help me buy the right colors for her. And,
Oh,
like,
that's nice.
right. And then I had another friend sew it for me. And then she printed out the pattern and told me what colors and where to put. And like, they just cheer me on and they're willing to braid her hair. They're willing to help her. Like now my daughter wanted to get into jingle dress. So I had another amazing friend at work that like whipped out her brand new amazing suit. And then I had another friend that like got another jingle dress because we didn't know if it'd be done in time for me to give to her. And like, I've just had such amazing support through it all that like they make me feel so comfortable and so seen and like.
Which is obviously something you kind of struggled with as a kid, right?
100%,
Yeah, with
yeah.
your floating or whatever.
Yeah, like 100%. They're just.
That's so cool. It's almost like healing a little bit of like childhood you know?
Or like I belong. And it's
Yeah.
amazing. Like I don't think they understand how like important that is to me and how important they are to me. So it's really awesome. And the fact I could make something that fits in with the crowd.
Totally.
And that my daughter,
That's so cool.
right? I know nothing and I did it and it looks good and I've gotten compliments from people. You know what I mean? Like it's such a good feeling, and that my daughter hasn't been at all tainted with racism or anything, and she is full on proud of who she is and what she does.
That's so cool. Good job, Mom.
She doesn't care. She'll go out and dance and do her thing. And like, well, actually, I'm so proud of her. Her school last year asked her to dance at award days for the summer solstice at the awards thing. And she power danced. And I thought it was just going to be like, elementary. They're all sitting on the ground and they get their award. No, this is like the whole community in the community center, other previous graduates coming in because they have like the previous year grad rewards. She got on stage and she looks so tiny on it now when I look at it. And she went up there and danced all by herself.
She's so brave. Good for
she was
her.
So proud. Her friends were so proud of her. Like, she's amazing. She's just like everything I wish I could have been when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, she's so awesome. And that's my biggest achievement is her.
That's so
beadwork.
cool.
I hope to make her like maybe a little big girl one where it's more intricate, more a little bit more. But yeah, her beadwork is that's my biggest thing.
So I want to jump just a tiny bit. The adoption thing. Can we talk about it a little bit? I'm so curious.
Yes.
So your kids are grade 2 and kindergarten.
Yeah.
And so at what point do you decide you guys want to expand your family? And then what does that process look like even?
Okay. So we've been together forever.
Yeah. And I know you alluded like you are not allowed to be pregnant again. You're too much.
Yes. I agreed. I 100% agreed. We kind of always knew we wanted a big family.
Okay.
There's 4 of us and there was 3 of him, and like we always thought for sure at least 3.
Okay.
We kind of always thought that, always wanted a big family. My husband's so good with kids. So then we decided, what do you think about adoption? He's like, I'm open. I don't care. Like, I don't care how that kid comes to me. And I was like, yeah, I don't think either. And like, I understand, like if they want to meet their mom or do something like that, like I understand it, because no matter what, I would be their mom deep down. I've had that. I've seen it with my mom. I've seen it with me and my stepdad and my real dad and my biological family and all them. Like, my family's my family kind of thing. And I see it. I know it. So anyways, we decided to start exploring. So we Googled like Saskatchewan adoptions. And you have to go through this program first in Saskatoon, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And it's a program that's kind of like a prep. So you don't actually go through the ministry first. This is like a step where it's like, it's really making you reflect on yourself and really ensuring this is what you want. They'll send you the package, you go through it, you start filling it out, and then they'll send you another package and you have to fill out questions, and then you go over the questions together. So you see if like, I think it's also for like parents that never had kids, because it even asks like, how do you both feel if you were to discipline for something at the same time?
Oh, it's like, well, we've been around the block here.
Right. Yeah. And then it's kind of also like, well, how would you feel if a kid came from a family like this, or like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like different situations and stuff like that. And I think there's a couple, like it's like 100 questions or something. It's quite a big booklet, and you have to do it all yourself. Then you have to go through it again together and kind of thing like that, and discuss things, and you have to meet with them a few times. And we did a lot of Zoom meetings and stuff like that, just to make sure this is what you want before we even start getting you into the deep stuff of like the government and going through all that legal process and everything. So we got through all of that, and there's actually 2 waiting lists.
Okay.
There's one where you're on this waiting list, and then I don't even know how. We're still on the first one. This has been a while. Like, my son's going to be 6 here. And so we said we don't want a baby. So like 1 and up or 2 and up. We're open to siblings. We're open to a little bit older, just because I don't do well with any babies all the time kind of thing. They really encourage you to be selfish in these things, like in a sense of like, you need to say no, and it's okay to say no, because you can't bring a kid into your life that you're not prepared for. Okay. And it's not fair for the kid to do that.
So they tell you where you're at on the wait list at all?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I was just telling my husband the other day, I was like, I'm having baby fever, but I don't want the baby, like physically in me.
Yeah.
And he's like, you should call.
You should check where we're at on the list.
You should call and see where we're at. And I was like, yeah, I should. And then I just get like, oh, look, there's this now. Like,
yeah, I know. I got to have a list going all the time of like, make this call, do this, otherwise I forget bird. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, so I haven't called yet, but yeah, no.
So how long have you been on the list? Like, was your son about 1 when you decided?
Yeah, so probably
okay.
about, yeah,
You went back to work and it was like, we're not done quite yet.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
They've called us a few times with a few updates. So back in the day, they're like, yeah, it's a good thing you're not asking for babies, because we usually tell people they might have to explore other options because it's pretty rare. And then they also say, so like there's a couple of things that will make you bump up higher on the list. And we had a few factors that would. We are willing to take siblings a bit older and First Nation. And actually, First Nation kids were like 80% of the kids in the system.
Yes.
So they said we were a bit higher to get a kid, and the fact we wanted older and siblings. So those are another things that bumped us up higher. Wasn't that long ago, like a year or two? No, definitely more than a year. 2 or 3 years ago, all the reserves started to take over their own family services, which is like awesome for them. But a lot of the kids in the system went back into that system, and they don't like to adopt out kids. And they started group homes on reserves now. So I think they had a big meeting and they zoomed all the people that were on the list, and they were like, you guys are still like, you still have a chance, but it's still pretty slim. Do you still want to foster? And we said no, just because it'd be too hard for us. But they even said, like, we're telling people that want babies or like anything, like they might need to explore like international or other private adoptions and stuff, because just the numbers have dropped so much. Because like, but good for, like, it's a good thing, but it's hard. It's hard and it sucks. Yeah, for sure.
Especially when you just want to complete your complete quote unquote your family. But what's meant to be will be, I think. Like, the universe has a plan.
I think so. I think it'll happen when it's meant to be. I'm always like about like karma and like, what's meant to be, or things will work out and all that kind of stuff. So maybe it will sometime. It's funny because I get so sad when I see some of my friends that are just rocking motherhood in the baby stage, and you're just like, I was so mentally ill.
Yeah, but like, look out for us when these kids aren't babies anymore, is what I always think. Like, you're rocking it now. You just wait. You're going to be looking at me later, and how does she do it? Because I'm a teacher, right? That's what I'm good at school age kids. That's my niche. So that's why I was like, why am I not good at this? But
and I love it. And I'm just like my weird self and my kids. Yeah. And I'm just in there playing with them and doing stuff with them.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us where we can find your beading. Give us your, I'm going to tag it all.
It's Tailor Made Beads.
Okay.
I'm just on Instagram. I feel like even if I open any other social media outlets, I'm not gonna be able to handle like the one I already have.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's kind of it. I have done a few markets, like when I've been in Onion Lake, like sometimes it's kind of cool. My work will do markets at work and other things, but
do you post about when you're going to markets? If you're going to do that, do you advertise on your socials?
If I do.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't really do customs, but I do try to post when I do have stuff going on. But then I don't know, people will see me doing it and they end up just buying what I do have. Like, obviously I have stuff sitting at home right now, but it's like 7 things. Like well,
it's okay. It's a hobby right now, so that's good.
Yeah. It's kind of boring that way. But yeah, I really hope I can get back into it and do it. Like,
this is going to light a fire under your butt.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on the pod.
Thank you for
having
me. This is
lovely. I can't wait to see all your beading stuff just grow and flourish, because you're just going to go for it, Kelly.
Hopefully, that'll be nice.
Thanks for having your morning coffee or your evening wine with us. Catch you on the next one. Love ya. Bye.